Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about that billowing smoke and then the rivers like all at the same time, or I hope I'm on the wrong time and keeps me as a dumb, stupid person too. So the forensic center was fun again. They were trying to coerce me into something with pleading insanity for being raped and assaulted. They finally talked to my husband after a year and a half, but no one's watched the video. And a doctor actually looked up in eye contact to say to me, well, there's nothing here in the report about the policeman raping you. So the policeman's gonna rape me over the hood of the car and then say, I raped Heather over the hood of the car before I almost tased her to death and crushed all of her tendons and stuff in her wrists with the zip tie thing or whatever. Okay, so we don't need to waste any time on that, right? But John lost more hours of work. But they're banking on him getting fired, and as far as I know, that's not in the book work with him between him and his boss. This isn't the first rodeo. That his boss has seen. I almost said our boss. His boss has seen since we've been there. So. I thought we just do one of those things where I just flip in the Bible and we read something. You guys, people were getting blocked on my station that I didn't block. Now, I blocked the ones that said people deserve to get shot multiple times when they're already on the ground or they're already dead. So I did block those types of people. And I will do so. And if you come on to be snarky or an asshole and you never visit, I'll just block you too. But I didn't block anyone, so I don't know what went on, but I might have not been able to unblock whoever was blocked. Because I don't know why they got blocked, because I didn't go in and block them. How about some red type? Because I heard that's going to be outlawed soon, where you can't read where it said that Jesus was a speaker. Wouldn't that be a red flag for people that don't want to believe in Jesus? Why would they make something that's we believe, as Jesus believed, that this is what Jesus said? Granted, you could say that we were programmed or brainwashed to believe so. But most of us, if we ran a little more rebellious, we were more than willing to try to figure this stuff out on our own, and we were 100%, 500% convinced in God and Jesus. And the Beatitudes, oaths, I really wanted to do one of those where it really pops out and it's about false witnessing and how bad it is. When you false witness or you make up stories and then you add to it and then you add other people, over time it grows and grows and grows. God might let it grow, but then when the truth finally comes out, the ones that made the mess are going to be the ones that are exposed in the long run. The Beatitudes, chapter 5 of Matthew. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall rivile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. The Similitudes. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is henceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it gives light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I have not come to destroy, but to fulfill. This is when Jesus fulfills the law. Chapter 5 of Matthew, verse 17 through 19. Law or the prophets, I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one little shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Romans, the smallest letter, the smallest stroke in a Hebrew letter, by no means till heaven and earth pass. I'm sorry, we're going to get this track down. Well, you'd be able to if you just do the reading glasses, or get ones that aren't so foolish. I don't think about it. I don't use them enough. I don't need it when I'm by myself for whatever reason. Alrighty, Luke 16:17. Iota. Huh. That's like really messing me up. IOTA, Hebrew, YOD, the smallest letter, the smallest stroke. Anyways, that's for jot. I don't know why I had to do that. Till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one little shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall go and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. And that's all I have for today. Did I mention the part where she says, oh, I don't see the RAPE written in the report here? Oh, I did go over that. So no, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to plead to something and then whatever. So whatever they decide to do, they do. Okay. So that's where we are. Okay. We just read Matthew 5. And you guys have a great day. Part of it. Part of Matthew 5. We have a storm coming in. So I kind of have to just chill out a little more because the wind's so strong. Hip's liable to give himself a heart attack. Now, that was not an exaggeration because his heart does do this on his own. And I don't know for the life of me why. He's always had a little problem there with his heart. He came that way. I found these ones that I thought they were like a calm vitamin for dogs. And it works good for like a minute, but I noticed he just metabolized them. Then he might get a good nap, you know what I mean? And then, if there was condensed storms, or mostly wind and storms is the biggest problem for him. And, because when he was young, a big stick fell from a tree, and then the wind. So obviously he associates that, and it's done deal. I could have a stick fall on my head. Someone else could have a stick fall on his head. And he gets himself, I can watch him actually get into a panic about someone's going to have a branch or a tree fall on their head. And, we could. But the fact that Hip's worried about it still, and he was pretty young when that happened. And I think it knocked some stuff, sideways, and then his brother would bite his head a lot. And we did our best to make them stop being so rough, but he's been known to just whack his head into stuff. He's much more action ahead of thought process. So you have to help him remember to slow down, take it easy. I don't know any humans like that. Okay, so you guys have a great day. Bye. So I hope I'm super wrong about the black bellow smoke and the poop rivers all at the same time coming together to destroy us, but you never know. And it's a weird note to leave on, but I like to be honest, okay? Love you.